following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Hot crackers! That girl's got a lot of moxie. She's got a lot of spirit. Check out them gams! What other phrases don't people use anymore? No!
Of course! Of course!
I'm here to inquire about the need to resubmit.
From your voice, I prejudge you to be a Serenian cleric.
Correct.
From what monastery?
Laurentine.
Very well, and you wish to rededicate yourself to the pure service of the one true God Tor.
Yes, did you receive a letter that explained any means for this resubmission?
No, it is required by edict.
Very well.
Under the holy eyes of the ever-watchful judge, do you forswear all other gods and dedicate yourself only to the pure service of Tor and the Imperium Monastery?
I do.
You want to think about that, player?
Is that not the standard?
No, you're swearing to the Imperium Monastery.
And
okay, if that's not the standard... That's not the standard
not
oath,
the standard oath.
Then no.
Then be forsworn and unclericked. Good day.
Wait. Why do I need to swear only to the Imperium Monastery?
For the one true faith of Tor. Only Tor. For swearing all weaknesses such as the other parent gods that are not necessary in the pure service of Tor's justice and purifying light.
What does that have to do with just the Imperium Monastery?
As the one true faith of Tor.
I'm going to have to look into this more.
You are at liberty to do that. I suggest contacting your home monastery and when they have finally forsworn their weaknesses and joined the true monasteries in the final path of Tor, preparing for the dark times ahead, then I'm sure you will be welcomed back into the fold.
Indeed.
Can I help you, civilian?
No, that will be all.
Very good. Be pure. Be vigilant. Behave.
May he watch over you as judge of all the world.
Ah, yes, you aren't up to date on the correct phraseologies. Don't worry, your monastery, when it submits, will keep you up to date with a new canon that you will be able to properly instill yourself with the new wisdoms.
Indeed.
Pure vigilant, Haig.
Need for great prayer.
You've come to the wrong place.
Oh yeah, no,
Temples
not
aren't where
here.
you pray.
You can roll a memory check once you've left.
But I'm leaving now, so... $13.
Remarkable lack of holy symbols of Tor in that temple. There's a new symbol in your place.
Oh?
A double-ended hammer that looks like an eye.
The one true God. Oh.
You're out of date, son.
I don't know, I was only talking to Tor like a week ago.
Blasphemy? Dead. Loop.
That bodes well.
Well, it looks like we found who was performing the sacrifices.
I'm sure it's just a Berman thing. Let's get out of here.
Past two judges having a hushed conversation, you can try and overhear as you pass slowly.
10.
This entire country is cursed. We should all leave. Should we not try to bring the light into its dark corners? When the entire room is dark, the lantern will be swallowed by the all-consuming shadow. Instead, we should return to Pax Superior and raise the army. Yes, Dominion is protected. It is a place of sin and wickedness. They will not even allow us to Einweg anymore. We should have sway wherever the light is. Yes, indeed. Wait, what a tall, handsome man. It makes me feel like we should have found wait, because obviously listening.
No, I'm not.
I'm just flowers just make me really slow. No, I don't say that.
Because that would give away the fact.
Exactly.
Severo was just Ric Flair strutting everywhere.
Whoa!
He's a high flying,
Oh, not at the moment.
limousine riding.
It's a cart, actually.
He's trying to like do a thing, but like
Yeah, I mean, I'm appreciating that, but someone's getting in the way. Because he can't move very fast. You'd think his AC would be garbage with how fast he doesn't move, but apparently not. Bursts of energy, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, he meets you all at the spire, where there's a yellow and black painted rope strung between some trestles around this, like, with like way more elbows apparent in arms and way more knees apparent in legs than you should have. Well, I'm basically saying it's just been broken into little zigzags. A look of pure horror on their face. Ghost white. Not a drop of blood anywhere. Apparently, this person used to be like some kind of mule farmer, judging from their clothes and smell. A distinct malodor of rotting eggs hangs in the air. And there's that spire you saw, looming up over it. And there's a bunch of guards hanging around, stopping you from approaching, saying, "Oh, don't come near here. Nothing to see here. Move along.
How about that?
Get thee hence. Go hence."
I think not.
What? Who dares question a duly appointed guard of Merlin?
A baron.
Well, fuck my balls.
What happened here?
Yeah, you look like a fool. Flexing like Arnold. More like Hey Arnold. We can't make that reference.
No football heads.
I'm not actually familiar with the country.
So what happened here? Just stepping up to the rope.
Evil magic. The kind that he might do.
more of this.
Or her. Not him though, he looks great. Or. Your dog throws up.
I think that's the most unsettling thing I've seen.
Why, what a handsome dog. Have a sausage?
Come with me. Come on.
You very slowly lead the dog away.
Yeah.
Okay,
Until
so
she
it's
stops.
about...
Until she stops.
It's about sexed when you finally get 10 yards down the road. No, it'll be about tierce now. The dog doesn't seem to be having quite so much trouble with their nose now. Pork.
Feeling better?
Pork.
Good. Tell me about it later.
Oh. She's just gonna stay here.
I had heard there were other occurrences like this.
Yeah. People really need to stop walking by this thing.
They are all They all happened out here?
The first one was a guard.
I imagine you have men stationed at this oddity.
The witches provided protection amulets against evil, but apparently they stopped working.
Have the witches said anything about these crimes?
They say they are proof of attainment of evil and a witch in the area. They arrested many and killed them on the gibbet. But apparently they missed a witch. There must still be one out there.
Should have used the egg.
Apparently the egg trick isn't as reliable. Yeah, such artifacts of evil.
When was the first one? How many have happened? And what was the time span between each one?
I don't know. The first one was that guard on the night of the big riot when they tried to chase that wizard out of the inn.
Just the one wizard.
Yeah. But we got him too. We lost 3 guards to his fire spell, but it was worth it.
That would have been near 4 weeks ago.
Roundabouts, yeah.
So they haven't happened sequentially every day.
It's been really irregular.
So no,
Sometimes we have 3 days back to back with killings. Sometimes a week goes by nothing.
I had heard some farmers in the outskirts that suffered the same fate.
Yeah.
Did they come by the tower, or was that out of town?
Out of town.
Strange.
are they found out of town, or are they usually found here?
Usually around the spire, yeah. I say we should just destroy it, but
Have any attempts been made?
I don't know. Well, move along.
Does the body have clothes on?
No.
If you would permit us a closer look.
Well, you could be in danger. I should protect you from that. Make him go. He is very heavily armored and therefore stronger against magic. Also, it looks like he's a cleric of Tor.
Maybe that is best. We should look over the body and just see if there's anything unusual.
Or is already there, having slipped past.
All would distract them.
Well, good news. I know what killed this man. Evil.
Just evil.
Very concise.
Look. She'll, without touching him, she'll like point with her dagger at his feet and wrist. Look, burn marks here, palm of hand, here, on the heels of his feet. What causes that? Specifically, that jaggy, sparky magic that keeps hitting him from the sky. And the horrified expression.
And the broken limbs.
I mean, what does this?
Not that.
A creature would have taken a chunk. Or there'd be bite marks, and there aren't any visible bite marks.
But no blood.
More proof of magic.
So our theory is lightning that takes your blood.
Some kind of spell.
Lightning doesn't take your blood or disfigure your limbs like this.
Yes, normally, but magic. I mean, what I'm saying is there's no normal, non-corporeal evidence of death. He hasn't had a blow, there's no bruising, there's no blood. There's no cut or abrasion anywhere, which is odd with all of these twisting of his limbs. There's no signs of restraint. If it was just the horrified expression, I'd say he would have done it to him. He could have been scared to death. But I'd say this is probably either magic or some other kind of power. Which means Also just going to make themselves this obvious in Wizard Crazy Domain.
Although this is the place where there is a haven and the wizards are safe.
Which is
which side should be look into this thing?
So that's where witches are doing it. So they can get rid of the haven, they can go back to
It's the first time you've.
The next question is, did he die here?
Whether they keep getting brought here afterwards, you think?
Now maybe if her dog can smell his trail.
She she's over there, she doesn't. She throws up whenever she gets close to this area.
Yeah, the smell is pretty bad, and there's that smell that those cultists had it.
Yes, I recognised that when we were here last time.
bones
Well, the time
aren't.
before.
The
I
limbs
wish I
are,
could touch it.
the limbs are perfect zigzags, but the bones in your forearms, there are 2 bones, not 1. They don't
Just
just.
your word for it.
You wouldn't be able to just bend them in the exact same way.
And I see what you're saying, because if they'd been pressed up against something and folded, there'd be a mark.
Yeah.
And there isn't one.
Is there a way to change the consistency of a bone with magic?
Yes.
Magic can do anything. That's why it's magic.
Yes. Perhaps I should have rephrased. Can you think of a specific means to...
Don't look at me.
to why somebody would do
They
that?
don't have enough information without cutting open the body.
You! Tin Hat! Do they all have this broken bone thing? Nope. Just that one. First one with it. Thank you! Well, that's disturbing.
Interesting.
Why?
Yeah.
What have you done? You arrive and suddenly they have a different victim. It must be you. Everything revolves around you.
Oh, they've been practicing.
Well, actually, we could have a copycat in a sense, even if we go with the theory that the witches are doing most of them. If someone needed a ritual performed near the spire, it's very easy to pin it on just another string of killings. None of these people have any suspicions about it being anything else, even though this one is clearly different.
In Eastwatch, when there was a bizarre and horrifying death, we burned the body immediately to cleanse it and also put them to rest. Why would you leave it lying around here in front of everyone unless you wanted to wave up hysteria?
That would explain if it's tied to what you were told. It might be why they don't officially want anything looked into.
The judges are what's concerning them. Surely they'd be able to do some kind of thing to determine what's going on.
It depends.
What do you mean?
Surely they would take action on something like this.
They're holy clerics of Tor. You can trust them.
Judges have very specific sets of very strong, admittedly, clerical abilities.
Better than yours.
Stronger but less diverse, more focused around getting to the truth and combat.
Good.
Sounds like they'd be the perfect people to get to the bottom of this.
Did you end up finding out what happened with the having to be a cleric again?
You don't look any different.
No, I was not sworn in.
Then what are you going to do?
They turned you away?
Because I refused to give an oath to just the Pax Imperia monastery, because they've sworn off all other holders of Tor. and they changed
Can
the
they
holy
do that?
They changed the holy symbol. Well, here's the thing, I do not know if this is some kind of localized phenomenon where somebody has been led astray in this vicinity. They would not the cleric would not show me the edict that was sent, so I do not know if it is even correct. All I know is Tor is still... I am still in favor with Tor, at least last I checked.
You can still use miracles.
I haven't done anything for a couple of days, but...
Then how do you know?
Maybe try your detection thing.
Well, how would he know if it's... Wait, where's evil?
Cut my hand, Sula.
Why don't you just use it on the corpse?
Well, the tower would surely be evil.
I won't use my dagger.
My Tor's divine light mend my wounds.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
And then it closes up and heals.
Did it pause like that, or did it...
I should actually like to point out that there's no way you could have cut his palm. He's wearing plate.
He took his glove off.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a bit of an ordeal with this gear.
Maybe just cut the
well,
cheek or something.
I can't just pull off a glove?
It's not a glove, it's a gauntlet and an integrated
but I mean-
set of armor.
Yeah.
And yours is especially integrated.
Yeah.
I'll cut my hand.
Okay, cool. And then there's a slight delay and it works. But there is a slight delay.
But then, I'm guessing they're still in favour of their god as well.
Possibly.
That judge did see Eden as evil.
Yes.
But even the reactions to immediate, you don't just kill every evil thing, right?
That's how they work.
Are they gonna slaughter every merchant in the city?
Because the evil intent would be different.
No, but they do not ask questions as much as I would.
Perhaps whoever is doing this will have trouble completely masking that smell. Instead of trying to find the scent of the person who did it, maybe we just find that rotten smell.
That rotten smell is... We've smelled it before, haven't we?
Same as the dark rush of this.
Yeah, the first time we were here. I thought we dealt with those.
I mean, we just killed them. I don't think we really rooted out the source of the problem.
Then yet more could remain.
I mean, there might have been more. I thought we got them all, but you never know. For sure.
In these times, they'll pop up out of nowhere.
I mean, there could have been some afar that we did not know about, and when they returned, they found out what had happened. I mean, it would be handy if Eden could track, but I don't know how well she's going to do with that smell.
Is this a walled town? So that map doesn't quite go here.
It is not.
No. The only wall in the town is the Great Wall of Merlin.
The Merlin Wall.
It's not going to keep orcs out.
No.
Okay.
Although once it held an entire army at bay.
Due to a magic spell.
Really?
They just needed to construct like a non-stop link around the thing. That's why it's a wall of random shit.
The witches would even explain why they're not getting involved in this at all.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. Ask him. Go ask him. Go right. Just do it. Stab.
They would stab her.
Oh, I mean,
Barrett?
we've never come across witches doing terrible things.
I'm just wondering what their excuse would be more than anything.
We were hiding a witch. That one and that one. Take your pick.
No. I mean, what their excuse would be for not investigating something that's clearly magic.
We have witches to find.
So you're not looking at the biggest clue of there being witches?
Yeah, we rounded up all the peasants in the area and hung them. Then the murder stopped for a bit. Now that a new witch has arrived and is resuming them, it's very clear. Look, we found 2 new peasants and this magician in the middle of town. They were escorted in by a battle magister. We've arrested and killed them. I mean, that would be the way I did handle that conversation, but being cunt witcher.
Well, here's the problem with medieval morality at this point. They are just like this is out of game and just a problem with alignment. They are just rounding up innocent people and killing them, right? Like, obviously, we are good aligned. Like, we can't just let it happen. Like,
No.
But then there's also that like medieval mindset of like, oh, that's fine though.
Well,
like
that's what you do.
Yeah, I'm unsure.
How much? No, because the new edict came down, so they've basically got... Because I was going to say, how much sway would a baron have over telling witches what to do?
None?
Yeah, not now.
None.
None? Okay.
They've pretty much just been raised above the law.
Yeah, I know that was the whole thing. I mean, especially when, like, this
couple of
isn't
weeks
even
ago.
your...
A couple of weeks ago, sure!
Like, this also isn't even your, like, territory, so, I mean, it's like...
Does
this
you might have been able to if it was, but...
Does this still fall within the Van Uberlands?
No. They have lands outside of Merlin, but not in Merlin.
They basically get their eligibility between... was it basically...
There is a local baron who has a hall here, actually. I'm trying to remember his name.
Oh,
I think it's
down
like
the bottom.
Mandin.
Mandin.
Yeah, you could go talk to Baron Mandin.
It is right next to the Witch's Hall.
He would also... Oh, well... Actually, that might be a good idea, because if we talk to him about this and wanting to look into it, he could give us official sanction to look into the matter. In which case...
Fuck it, let's streamline things. There's a knight I've been rolling for him, who's basically been following you around and listening. And he hears all this. So he rushes up to the group, and he's like, "You're Baron Vladimir?
Yes, that is me.
You arrived with the Valuba. Baron Mandin wants to speak with you."
Oh, okay. We were just thinking of speaking with him.
How fortuitous. Oh,
I couldn't help but monitor your conversation through the city.
Sephiro, Cleric of Tor, at your service.
Agreed. You will come as well.
Of course.
Let's go. You're led into the lush grass, trees.
Chance to look at wizard supplies.
Yeah, you guys are not invited.
What kind of
Guys,
man
do what you want.
is Baron Mandin?
He's a great man. He is a great man with drive and ambition and the will of the people at his heart. Nothing is wrong.
Oh,
You are led into a great manor hall, and then out the back door, and there's a garden, like little rose bushes there, and there's a well-dressed man with like a falconer's glove on one hand, and like some very delicately carved shears on the other. This must be Vladimir.
Don't you just want to kiss these lips?